So welcome traders to yet another day as we do our gold rush daily. Yesterday was on a Monday. It was a very slow day, but we managed to get a setup, and this is the setup that I traded, and this is the reasoning behind my setup. Okay. So how I found this setup is that so the price after pushing down here, right? So it pushed down, right? Then when it pushed up here, okay. So in short, there was a shift in market structure because this price was unable to continue creating higher highs and higher lows. And then now it gave me a change of character at this particular point. Okay, that's where we had a change of character, or a shifted, this is a shifted market structure actually. Okay. So which is also a sign of reversal. So the first instance, I was looking at the price coming to this particular OB, right? This particular OB or this particular level, because when you look at the 15 minutes time frame OB, it was activated, but again, the risk was quite big because this is the 15 minutes OB, and you can see it was activated. But when you look at that risk, you find that it's about 72 pips. So the reason why I had gone to the 5 minutes time frame and tried to minimize my risk to some point thereabout. But the price pushed up, but it was unable to come to this point. So what happened? Then the price continued pushing down. Okay. So as it was pushing down, it was creating higher highs and I mean lower lows and lower highs. And then here we had BOS. Okay. So after the BOS, then now I had to look at this particular OB. Okay. Actually, it was supposed to be around this particular point. Okay. It was supposed to be there, but these candles are very small. So the reason why I considered this big buy candle that has a full body. Okay. So then therefore what I did I waited for the price now to come and retest that level. Okay. And my entry was just about there. So yeah, so the price did that, and that's how we got that sell. Of course, taking partial somewhere there, we had a TP1 somewhere there, and then the price came all the way to our take profit. After the price hit our take profit, then we started seeing some consolidation. Okay, there was some consolidation here. Okay, but remember also here we had looked at this particular level here, having this particular sorry having this particular BOS there. And the price, we are looking at the price coming to this OB. And again, we said this OB is quite a huge risk, 76 pips. When you go to the 5 minutes time frame, also, there was no way we could be able to minimize that. So what I did, I was looking at the price now to come to the mean threshold of this so that at least I can have from there to here at least 50 pips, which I usually risk on every setup. Okay. But the price, I think it came here today morning. As you can see, that was a setup today morning that if you are keen in terms of what I said yesterday in my live, in my gold daily rush analysis, you can go and watch the yesterday's session or the yesterday's analysis that I talked about. That's 100 pips that you could have bagged this morning. It was a high probability because you can see the price came here during the Asian kill zone at 8 p.m. New York time. Okay, so you could be streaming in profit. That is for those people who don't sleep, who look for trades through the night. But for me, I don't. This one, I didn't take this because definitely I was asleep. If I'm not asleep, I am up, maybe meditating and planning for the day and also praying. Okay, so that's how we had that particular setup for the day. For today. So, still the day is young. It doesn't mean that we won't get another setup. So let's begin by looking at the daily time frame real quick. So when you look at the daily time frame, what we are seeing from these daily candlesticks, we are seeing some signs still of some signs of bearishness. Okay, so we can still be able to attest some bearishness because you can see the wicks of yesterday's candle were very. We had a very we can call it maybe probably a very long wicks at the top. All right, very weak at the top, signifying that sellers are still in control because you can see rejection of higher prices. So when we come to the let me go back to the daily slightly, so that you can, yeah. So when you come to the 4 hour time frame, all right. So when you come to the 4 hour time frame, now we see the price are doing what? Price establishing itself, okay, establishing a very resistant level at this particular point. Here it was resistant, it was broken, right? Then it became support, so support, support. So this is now a key support level, right? And this is the level that we have been eyeing. Once the price breaks below this level, we might be able to see the price coming all the way down to this particular point. Remember, we still have a setup here that has not materialized yet, but this is a potential buying zone, okay? So when we go to the 1 hour time frame now, so I can delete this, okay? I can delete this, but it can just remain, no problem. But let's delete it for clean chart. But no, there we have a support level. So when you look at this particular chart, okay, so again, what you see is the price. This order block was even the 1 hour order block, right? The price now, after retesting it, we are still seeing some bullishness. Okay, the price is still gaining some momentum to push even more higher. All right. So on the 30 minutes time frame, this is what we have. Right, this is what we have. The price that up that we hit our 100 pips TP for those who took it, and then we see the price still pushing higher. So when we go to the 15 minutes time frame, what are we looking at? So from the 15 minutes time frame, number one thing that I'll be looking at, okay, is the price maybe probably coming to this particular level. Okay, because remember this level has already been tested. How we trade the order blocks, we trade them for the very first time. Okay, for the very first time when they are tested for the very first time, that's when we trade them. So this level to me is insignificant. I'm already down in that particular level, right? So what are we seeing the price do here? It's very keen to look at what the price does, because for you sometimes to be able to get entries, you have to have an eagle high, right? An eagle high is an high that is able to see very deeply. You know, an eagle can be very high in the sky and it can be able to spot maybe a prey on the ground. All right. So like this setup yesterday, it was very hidden. It was not an obvious setup. You had to really have the eagle's high for you to be able to identify this kind of a setup. So what we are seeing the price doing here in this time frame, it's creating higher highs and higher lows, right? We have seen a BOS here. The price has created that BOS. So we are anticipating at least the price maybe to come back to these particular levels, all right? To come back to these particular levels, okay? So from these particular levels, maybe we can get some buys, but the price didn't retrace to this level. It started going, okay? So what are we going to be monitoring now? We are going to be monitoring here. So once the price creates another higher high, then it retraces. We'll be looking for an order block whereby we can be able to get an entry. But when it comes to this particular level, we'll be looking for some selling opportunities. Okay. So the key thing, all right, the key thing for you to be able to know how to trade gold well, remember gold respects structure. Gold respects all those points of interest, may it be supports and resistance, may it be the demand and supply levels, may it be the order block levels, right? It really supports or respects all those levels. So the key thing now is for you to be able to understand the structure, what the price is doing, whether in 1 hour time frame, whether in 30 minutes time frame, whether in 4 hour time frame. You have to really identify the structure. Which structure are we? We have three types of structure. The market can be in an uptrend, the market can be in a downtrend, and the market can be in a consolidation. So for this one, we are going to monitor. Remember, the price has opened here today, pushed down, all right, pushed down, okay, and then now we are seeing the price now trying to go up. So remember, the open maybe probably manipulation and then now distribution. Okay, but the Asian session is not yet over, so that we can say that maybe probably the manipulation is over. So as you can see here, this is what happened yesterday. The price opened, then manipulated, and then now it distributed. Then later on, it came all the way to around this particular point, but it didn't go below this particular level, right? So meaning that it maintained the structure, right? It didn't take out this liquidity. So what you are seeing now is the price going higher. All right, okay, or we are seeing some signs of bullishness. So yeah, it's best to monitor because remember, even this one it can be manipulation. So the reason why, according to ICT, we trade on specific times, and during these specific times, that's when now we look at our entries. We see what the price has formed. We draw our points of interest, and then now we wait for the price to come to our levels of interest. Okay, so that's what we are looking at right now. So some selling opportunities will come here, but again, it will depend on how the price keep pushing up, the structure that the price keeps forming. Because look at it even from the daily time frame. So if you look at it from the 1 hour time frame, with this order block, what it means is that prices are likely to come to this particular level, right? See the kind of candlesticks that are forming here. Bear Gravestone Doji, Dragonfly Doji. Right now, we have about 23 minutes for this 1 hour candle to close. So we are seeing some contention of buyers and sellers. Also, this is a fair value gap from the daily, from the 1 hour time frame here, right? And maybe it might push the prices down. Okay, this is the fair value gap that we are talking about, right? You can see the price is still struggling to break above that particular point. Okay, so what we are talking about, though I don't trade the fair value gap, but it's good to monitor the prices. If we are able to break above this level, right? If you're able to break above that level, then what it means is that we might be able to see some more bullishness, and the price might come to this particular level. Okay, remember here we also have a selling setup that is around that particular point. So this level we'll be monitoring for some conservative sells. But in case the price breaks above that, we still have a trading range here of more than 100 pips, so we can be able to look for a breakout, maybe a retest, and then the price pushing up to this particular point. In case we continue pushing on the downside, this level has already been tested, so we won't be looking for buys again in this particular order block. So we will be waiting for the price to break below, and then now we'll be able to position ourselves in terms of sales. Okay, remember we are looking at this level is very key, right? So that level is very crucial, right? That level is very crucial. So remember, this was a breaker block, an order block. So once the price rejected there, we had a breaker block. So the reason for buys here. And therefore, in case now, because the price has tested this level severally, so this level is support, right? Right now, you can see this is a support level. And in case we see the price break below that support level, then we'll be coming all the way down to these particular points, right? So that's how you need to position yourself. That's what I'll be looking at. So let's monitor what the price does, and then we will be able to see how we are able to get the trade, right? So in terms of high impact news, we don't have any dollar news today. We only have the Canadian CPI at 3:30. But again, remember, we are following what's happening between Trump and Putin, the meetings. So we are following up on the outcome because the outcome will definitely have some impact in the markets. Okay. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow traders, I wish you a very blessed day, a very colorful day, a very peaceful day. Remember to stay disciplined, to trade remember to stay disciplined, to stay focused, and to trade with purpose.